Hello friends, hi and how are you all? Exams are over and children are all around us. Yes, the situation is really bad and we cannot send the children out. But how to manage and make them happy during this time when you are at home is really getting difficult day by day. We have tried all the things during all this 1 year when we were taking care of their studies, playing with them and having fun. But now again the situation is bad and we all are locked up inside. What is that we can do that will boost the interest in the children to be happy at home? It is very essential that we keep them moving, keep them happy, let them play at home, and of course take care of their health as well. For being a healthy child, it is important that the child plays, he does enough movement, and he remains happy, has good food. Today, I am going to share my insights on different games that you can play with your child at home. These games are not only games, but this will also boost up their thinking ability. It will encourage them to think more, encourage their brain power or memory power to work more. This will help them concentrate and think creatively. So let us see what are those games which you can play with your child, which will be helpful for him not only in his academic years but in future as well. So let us see what are those games. Game number 1. What you can do is you can just keep 10 different things on a desk. You can ask your child to observe them for 1 minute. Once the child is done, you can cover the table or pick up the things. And now ask your child to write it down. As per the age of your child, you can keep 5, 10 or 15 things. See if the child is able to write all the 10 names down. If not, try it again. When you do it again, slowly the child will start thinking differently. He would start linking the things that you have kept. He would start doing some tricks in his mind such that the things are related to each other and he is able to memorize them. So this is definitely a good game to make your child think in a different way, help him concentrate and memorize things. Game number 2, a very simple game. We always ask our children to say numbers from 1 to 100 and so on in the ascending order. Now ask them to say it in the descending order, like 100, 99, 98, 97. This is again one interesting game and it helps the child to memorize the numbers as well. When he is doing this, he realizes which number are greater, which number are smaller. So this is a good number game. A simple and a sweet game you can play with the child even of 4 to 5 years. To increase the vocabulary of your child, there are many games. Let me tell you one. You can give your child one alphabet and ask him to write as many names as possible within 1 minute. Example, you give him P and then let him think and write down whatever names that come to his mind. He can write pen, pencil, post, paper, pad, or his friend's name like Pratyush, Piyush, Priya, etc. etc. This will help the child improve his vocabulary as well as he will try and learn new words out of it. He will memorize new words and while he is writing it down, of course, he memorizes the spelling as well. More game you can play to boost the thinking power or memory of your child is just read out 10 names in front of your child. Or select as per your child's age. You can take different names or you can take the name starting from the same alphabet. Read it in front of him and then after 1 minute ask him to write it down. This will again help his thinking ability. It will help him to think what was the name that you said, how the names are linked, if the names are from the same alphabets, or if he can just link the names, or he can just create a picture in front of him having all those things and write it down. As the child does it for the first time, probably he is not able to write all the 10 words. But as he does it for the second time or third time, definitely he starts working on it. He starts thinking in different way where he can link the things, where he can memorize them in some different way, create a picture or chain of names in such a way that he is able to relate all those and write it down. This helps him to memorize the things and think creatively. One very simple and interesting game. You can ask your child to write down the words which has no alphabet like A. Write down the list of words which do not have an alphabet A. Let the child think about it. Let the child make all his vocabulary upside down to find out the words without alphabet A. There are some really simple words you must have come across, but I can assure you there are definitely 100 words which do not have the alphabet A. Yes, starting from 1 to 100 do not have an alphabet A. So there are many small games like this which will definitely make your child think in a different way, apply all his strength on his brain to think and memorize as well as concentrate. So these games are really interesting if you try with your child. There are many more words like the, words. Now these are two words which do not have the alphabet A. And as I told you, if you write the spellings of 1 to 100, there is no A alphabet that comes in all these number names. So it is quite easy. Make it more interesting for your child. And of course, do not forget to give him some small token, some small gift as a token if he performs well in such games. One more interesting game you can play with your child is you can give him a picture. Ask him to observe the picture. And then after he has done it for 1 minute, take the picture from him and start asking him questions based on the picture. Like, what was the color of the shirt the boy was wearing in the picture? What was kept on the table? What was the dog eating? Which were the animals in the picture? Some similar questions which will encourage the child to really think about what and all he saw in the picture. First time again he may probably not know and he may not observe the picture very properly. But for the next time when you try this, the child will definitely see all the small possible things, observe the picture closely such that he is able to keep in mind all the minute things and probably he may give all the right answers to you. So try this simple game with different pictures from maybe a park, maybe a house, maybe some movie or anything wherein the child can go into the minute details and observe it. One more very nice and interesting game you can play with a group of children, maybe 3 to 4 children are also enough, you can also join them. The name of this game is storytelling. You can sit together and start with a story, like a first line of the story. You can start with a sentence like a story. There was a boy. The next child can say there was a boy, his name was Ram. Third can start with there was a boy, his name was Ram and he lived with his parents. And similarly the story can just go on. It is very interesting because then the child would really start thinking about the story. He would relate it to different actions that are happening around, different incidences, and that actually makes the child very creative wherein they all together form a story. This becomes very interesting when there are many kids around and they all apply their imagination and creativity to it. It is a very interesting game and children really love to play such games. It not only improves the child's imagination and creativity, it also improves again their vocabulary, their thinking ability, their concentration on what the first person has said till what end the story has come. So it is a very interesting game you can try with your children at home. Next game you can try is you can keep some coins on a table. Some towards heads, some towards tails. Yes, ask your child to observe it and then you can ask him questions like how many heads were there, how many tails were there, or you can ask how many coins were of ₹5, how many were of ₹1. Or you did not tell them in the beginning what they have to observe, because if you tell them they actually think like that. But when you do not disclose them what is the game and just ask them to observe it, the child may probably not in the first instance go into minute things of observing. But when he understands slowly that there may be any type of question coming to him, He starts observing the things very minutely. This improves the child's observation abilities. He is going into the minute things, and it helps him to be more creative, imaginative, and encourages again his memory and mind power to think more and think differently. Many more such games you can play with your child, which acts as a memory game, or say brain games, which helps the child to concentrate more, think differently, think creatively. These games children will enjoy, and then playing such games will definitely develop different skills in them. Playing such games are not only helpful for the child's growth, but it keeps the child active. It keeps him in touch of learning something new every day. As you start playing these games with your child, slowly the child would come up to you and he would throw out his own idea of playing a new game. He would ask you to create some new game for him, and he would also go into that development and learning mode, which is extremely important for children as they are growing. When the child loves to learn new things, when the child loves to develop himself, that is where he is really growing up in the right way. I believe as a parent, you would definitely like your child to grow in the right way, develop himself, develop his skills. So friends, I hope you have liked this video. If you want some similar new games to play with your child, do comment me in this. If at all you haven't tried this with your kids, definitely try this with your kids and let me know which game your kid loves the most and you enjoyed the most. Thank you very much for staying with me till the end of this video. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends so that they also enjoy with their kids. Thank you very much.